Where are we going?
Space. Destination Mars.
Where are we going? Space. How are we gonna get there?
Junk.
At least escape velocity. Otherwise, we come back.
Alrighty, gonna tweet that we're playing Junk Orbit by Daniel Solis. Daniel Solis. And from Play Renegade. Renegade. Who is the publishing company that just won't stop.
I don't know if that's actually their tagline.
They announced something today, but they're doing Bargain Quest as well. So yeah, there you go. All right. And tweeted. And it's playtime. And I don't know if you can hear the Instant Pot bubbling over in the kitchen. Oh, there's some... Okay. Anyway, it was the neighbor. I was like, what is it? All right. Hello and welcome back, or welcome to tonight's third stream, where we play Junk Orbit.
Yep.
Junk Orbit.
Chat is having a fun discussion about solo games to take on a work trip, and there were some awesome suggestions in there.
This is not one of them.
This
is a pretty good hat, actually. It's a little small for my head. It's gonna be smaller for your head, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. So Junk Orbit, designed by Daniel Solis, is for 2 to 5 players, and it's a game about hurling junk in space. It's a cylinder box, which is not fun to shelf or stock, from what I hear.
Yeah, stores are not thrilled with it. It's definitely eye-catching, but I think it's hard to put more than like one of them on a standard game shelf in a game store.
Yep. So, but we're gonna play. So setup is really easy. We're just jumping right into it because this is the third stream of the night. So you're gonna take the planet tiles and you're gonna put them out. If you're playing with more players, you're gonna have more planet tiles, but we're not, so we're not gonna.
There's also an advanced side of these. There's the day side, and then there's the night side. The night side has other rules, basically bonuses and stuff. We're not gonna play with those for the stream, but you can individually make each of the planets basically advanced or not.
Okay, here's the moon planets. There's the Mars planets.
Moon junk.
Moon junk, sorry. And then here's the Earth junk. Each celestial body has its own deck of tiles, and so you're going to sort them by the types. These are Earths, this is Mars, that's the moons, and then each tile has in the lower right corner a little tiny number, and that's the number of players you use that tile for. So we're only playing a 2-player game, and we've played a 2-player game a few times, so we have all the tiles. We don't need sorted out.
So this is 2 to 3. So I put all the 4 and 5 player components in one bag just to make it so I didn't have to sort it every time I played, because I figure I'm mostly going to want to play this 2-player.
Yeah.
Or 3-player.
Maybe the occasional 3-player. So...
Little wooden spaceships, little wooden spaceships. I'm not gonna lie, this is one
Steve
of my favorite
likes
things.
this game.
I like this game, and I like...
This is his thing.
Yeah.
It's a game in space about hurling junk. And
they got the space shuttle flying again, just like in that one episode of that one show. Didn't they do that in Cowboy Bebop? Didn't they get a space shuttle flying again?
Don't think so.
Yeah, all the guys at like the airfield helped them. I forget what episode that was.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Then you pre-populate. Focus on my face. Come on. Camera. There we go. Then you're gonna pre-populate each of the locations on the planetoids, asteroids, etc. So we're gonna do on all of the Martian locations, we're going to flip and reveal and put a junk tile. And each of these tiles represent a piece of junk. So you're gonna load it up. You'll notice that the red deck doesn't have any red destination junk. So at the top of every junk, there is a point value and a city name, and the city name tells you where it wants to be delivered to, and the color tells you which planet it's on, or which celestial body. So, Instapot's doing its Instapot thing. I got 2 Instapots running, making dinner while we stream, because I'm a dork like that. So yeah, how do you solve this problem? How do you put junk there? Oh, there's supposed to be a gap.
Yep.
Right. It's like, what is wrong with this picture?
I did that the first time I set it up too.
So...
I will help.
Thank you. So that's how you do that. And then the moon has stuff that wants to go to both planets. And then Earth obviously has stuff that wants not to go to Earth, that wants to go to Mars or the moon. So there you go.
And the tiles that you take out in a 4 and 5 player game, some of them are for the destinations that you've taken out too.
Yeah. So,
one thing just for, if you're watching on stream and you can't see the victory point values, each background corresponds to a different victory point value.
So green is 4.
And purple is 6 and red is 2. So if
and
we're going
blue
for
is
the
5.
and blue is 5. So if we're going for the blues or the purples, that's why they're the highest point values.
So there are 2 ships. There are 2 cards for every ship meeple, and then there's an A side and a B side for every card as well. So
one set of those cards might have been promos because they were taped to the outside of the box.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. All right, so we're gonna do it where, like, how Steve does all the time. All right, you want to do random or you want to pick a number?
Oh, random is fine. Yeah, I got the one I wanted. Oh, and you got. Oh, go. Okay.
That's gonna be a problem. Do you want to keep doing that?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll pick the one that's not supposedly overpowered.
No. It's gonna be a problem because I play orange and you play blue.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll be fine.
Okay.
All I need to know is that I have the repurposed space shuttle.
So then we each get our 2 cards, and then we pick the ship that we want. In addition, each player is going to get 1 bolts and 2 nuts, which is your starting junk. And there's just pictures of bolts and nuts. Don't look up which one. Don't. Your laptop should never be near you while we're streaming. All right.
The 19th episode of Cowboy Bebop.
Okay. Alright. So, I gotta pick my starting ship, and then I will do a full teach. Full teach! Oh, yeah!
Okay, so the ships all have some fun flavor, many of them are sci-fi jokes. I can choose, because I'm orange and I have the promo card, which is this one and the one that comes in the main box, I can choose between the Space Cowboy, a famous ship welcome at every port, the B-side, the Necktie Fighter, don't get cocky, the Watney, beware my botany powers, and the Nottingham, it's tax time somewhere. So what they said in the rules is the B-sides are more player interaction and the A-sides are more keep to yourself. So if you want to play a game with more player interaction, they suggest playing with the B-sides.
The B-sides are also weird. This one's a roll and deliver. Like, it's you roll a die to see how far you move. It's not great. Anyway, for the B-side. I can pick between the homing beacon, click your heels, and kick the engine. Or the time booth. Whoa, it's smaller on the inside. I'm going with the time booth. I played it before. I loves it.
And I'm going with the Space Cowboy, which I don't think I've played before, but...
I think you did.
No, I haven't played this one in this version that we have.
Oh, okay.
I may have played this in the demo I played. I can't remember.
Alright, so... Now... We are ready to start. So... we start on Kepler.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's going to happen is, on your turn, there's 3 phases. First thing you do is you launch junk. And so you use junk as your propellant. So if I launch this bolts, I would go 2, and you go in orbital direction. So I would decide to launch the junk this way or this way. So I would go 1, 2, and I'd put the junk here. Then my ship moves that distance that I chunked that, and I know I moved 2 because it's the 2 on the thing. So I'd go 2 that way. So my ship moves 2 in the opposite direction. So 1, 2.
Speaking of Newton, every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
And that's the movement. Then, once I arrive at the location that I am arriving at, I take the junk tile there and put it in my haul. I have collected this junk. It is mine to throw into space if I so desire.
And all of the junk.
Yes. If there was more than one junk tile, I would take all of it. Then I replenish from the location deck that corresponds to, like, there. So this is a blue, so I would refill from the blue deck. I'm not going to do it because then we would have a revealed tile. Then, that's my turn. If I were to move my ship to a location via magic, and I ended up at a location that I had junk wanting to go to, I could deliver that junk. So I'm like, oh, here you go, Cerberus, you wanted that. And I delivered that junk, and then I flipped the tile over, and I scored that tile at the end of the game for the points on the tile. So that is that.
And the 2 sides of your player card you can use for cargo and deliveries to keep them separate.
Which I prefer cargo this side. I prefer to do opposite of what they've suggested, just because of how I'm sitting at the table right now. But, in addition, let's say I was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say I was here, and I was throwing junk. I'm just going to refill this. So let's say I was at this location, and I'm throwing this 5 junk out the window. So I can decide when I chuck it if it's going to stay in orbit around the moon or if it's going to change orbit. So I can go 1, 2, and then I could either go 3 or I could go 3. But I can't change direction of the orbiting junk. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, look! I chucked the junk that I was throwing into space, and it lands at the location it wants to go to. And that means that I did a... What's it called?
Direct delivery.
Isn't it? That's not a direct delivery. Direct delivery is if you go there.
Remote delivery.
Remote delivery. So that means I did a remote delivery. So while my ship might not be there, I managed to throw this junk where it needed to go. And so I still score it and put it over there. And then my ship would move 5, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I could go with around the moon and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I would collect all that junk.
Yeah, it is called a remote delivery in the rules.
However, to make things more complicated, that's the base game. That's the base rules. Then everybody's ship has something that breaks the rules. My ship is essentially the TARDIS and can just randomly change direction whenever it wants. So my ship, if I were going 5, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead, I don't have to go with the way orbits work because I'm the TARDIS and I do what I want. So that is what my ship does. Steve's ship will do something else. Steve's ship can, if he, let's say that he had this junk that was destined for Rio, and he's here in Tokyo. Rio's next door, so he could just be like, yo, dog, I delivered, even though I'm not on the space, I'm adjacent to it, I delivered it. So, he can direct deliver, so if his ship is parked adjacent to a location where he has junk that wants to go to a place, he can do a remote adjacent
technically it's still direct
delivery. That's his ship's power. All right. It's
also for the moving between orbits, it's only at Kilimanjaro and Olympus. They're called transfer points. And if you're at Olympus or Kilimanjaro, they refill from the red and the blue respectively based on the color, even though there's still spots at the moon. So the only gray tiles are
SOS Titanic. I think the SOS of Titanic, it's not just solo. It's like multiplayer, but it's like not great multiplayer.
Didn't we had it at one point?
I think we had it, and it just is not great.
It's a little brutal.
No, it just, you could solve it, and it's solitaire. It's just a different version of solitaire.
Anyway, so starting at Kepler, I think, is there anything else? Oh, if your junk, when you chuck it, lands in the same spot as another player, or you
player, yes.
So if your junk lands in the same spot as another player, that player must choose and discard one of their cargo tiles. So that's called hitting them. Otherwise, if the junk lands somewhere that's not its destination and doesn't have another player, it's called going to rest. Because I guess an object at rest stays at rest.
Yep.
So that's why they call it. I wasn't sure why they used the term rest, but it's because the object rests.
Because it stops.
And hilarious. Well, anyway.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. You start.
Woohoo! 3, 2, 1. Let's jam.
Yeah, SOS Titanic was it was a game salute printing. It looks like.
Let's go 2. So this is gonna go clockwise.
It was a good solo.
1, 2.
The multiplayer
1, 2. And I will pick up that totally not a hoverboard from Back to the Future tile. Some of these I know what they are. I know what the reference is. And some of these I'm not sure. I think this one is like a Gemini capsule. I don't know this one.
He's a space nerd.
I also don't know that one, but it seems like it should be something. I mean, that's just a cat. Because there's always a cat. Maybe Jonesy from Aliens. Not sure. Or Alien.
Probably would be.
Also a weighted friendly cube over there.
Oh, it's the Silver Surfers board.
Oh, it's a Silver Surfers board? Oh, okay. It's not. I don't know. It looks like the Back to the Future hoverboard.
I mean, it could be, but I think it's a Silver Surfers board. Anyway, it's my turn. Oh, you did my example turn.
I did your example turn. That's a big, flat, black slab next to a fancy armchair and a bone.
1, 2, and I'll hit you with this junk.
What?
You set that up perfectly.
I did.
So I can go here and collect this junk that you threw down.
Oh, you must choose a junk tile from cargo or deliveries area and place it at their ship's current city. So I will drop that.
Wait, no, I choose.
No, if your junk stops at an opponent's ship, that opponent must choose a junk tile.
Does it say that opponent?
That opponent.
Does it say that opponent must
You're
choose?
the player, I'm the opponent.
Are you sure that that a player? Okay.
Just take solace in the fact that I've read those.
Daniel, I know you're going to watch this in the future, and I just want you to know that he's been making those jokes nonstop since acquiring this game. But I still like you as a person, Daniel. I'm not a big fan of your name right now.
So I'm gonna... Can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, a lot of people like SOS Titanic. If they like it, they really like it. I played it a few times and then I was just like,
That's gonna go there. I'm gonna go to Istanbul and pick up Solus Luscious. That wants to go to Bradbury. That cube.
That cube. I'm gonna go to Catherius and pick up that tile.
Kabuki suggests Jonesy is the only one from the original Alien movie to likely die of old age.
It's true. It's your turn.
And no one tried to clone Jonesy, luckily.
There's the second Instapot.
This is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to Paris. And I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can't do that. Didn't you go?
I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're right.
That's
okay.
the right direction. And I will pick up Rio, and I've messed up. I've messed up.
Oh, I messed up too. I forgot to.
Not in the sense of cheat. Oh, then should this one go there, and that one should be?
Nope. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried.
You seem a little worried about it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna throw a nut and grab that one and be there. Your turn.
Alright, so this junk that wants to go to Rio is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to Tharsis, and that will send me the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I'm at Bradbury, I'm adjacent to Cerberus. I can deliver that using my Space Cowboy power. I will pick up that junk which is going to Johnson and drop that junk.
My only regret is I can't hit you. I could hit you, but I don't want it to go where hitting you would involve
Player interaction.
So I just went one in the other direction, working my way back.
To you, babe.
Nope. Alright.
That is a standard. That is a classic song.
It's your turn.
There is hellish junk at that location. I will send that there and go to Valimar.
Alright, I'm gonna do 2 to go here to get that. And then it's Stevenson. Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective is good, but you need like a lot of space for that. Finish your turn. Finish your turn before you give thoughts to people. Thank you.
I like Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective with another person or two, just to have other brains working at the same time.
Doesn't really matter.
Were you thinking of maybe streaming one of the graphic novel adventures?
Yes.
Potentially?
I'm streaming it next Thursday.
Sweet. So if you're interested in one of those graphic novel adventures,
I like them a
Kabuki
lot.
mentioned, Tiffany likes them, and she will be streaming one.
I like them a lot. I've played 2 of them, but I like them a lot. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah! All right, so I'm gonna throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to pick up that New York City.
I'm gonna launch that junk to Istanbul.
That jump to Istanbul.
And I'm gonna go 1, 2 to Tharsis and pick up this tile that's going to NYC. I am not doing well. Tiffany's turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, that's perfect. All right, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remote delivery to Mexico City. 6 points. Then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, I'm in Cairo. Do I want to be in Cairo? I think I'll go here and be in Istanbul instead.
Stupid not TARDIS.
It's the best not TARDIS.
Alright. We're gonna drop this junk that's going to Kilimanjaro. I like that it's actually junk. And then go the other way to the Badlands and pick up this tile which is going to Kepler.
Okay. I'm gonna move 1 to Delhi and deliver these 2 to Delhi because that's where I want it to go.
Alright. We're gonna launch this junk that was going to Kepler over here and go 1, 2, 3 to Valimar and pick up this which is going to Istanbul.
Well, I can do a remote. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4 to remote deliver that to New York. And then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I pick up all of them in Paris.
Did you say when the game ends?
I did not. The game ends as soon as one of these piles is gone, and we need to replenish a tile that we cannot. The game ends as soon as we need to replenish a tile that we cannot.
And then each other player gets one more turn?
Yes. The person who ended the game does not get an additional turn.
Yeah.
Kairos, it's your turn. Kairos, it's your turn. Kairos.
Alright. Nuts are going there, and I'm going 1, 2 to Olympus and picking these 2 up.
I'm like an odd number away from New York, and I need to be not an odd number away from New York. It's troubling me. The first time I played, I was too efficient in my deliveries, and I didn't have excess tiles to chuck out as, like, delivery. That's the problem. Is you can be very efficient, but you actually need to be less efficient so that you collect junk. Because if you don't, you're just going to be you're just going to lose propulsion. Yeah,
you want to ideally be picking up enough junk to propel yourself. I think there is a rule also, if you can't pick up, you must always launch junk if you can.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do the Bradbury.
If you have no cargo to launch, you move 0, so you'll pick up the junk that's in your current city. But you're only allowed to do that if you have no junk.
5, 6. Because I need me a fat stack of mobility. Fat stack of mobility.
Yeah.
Alright. It's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna launch this junk that's going to Kepler, which will be a remote delivery, and then I will go to Copernicus, and then I will deliver this, which is going to Copernicus, and then I will pick up the junk that's at Copernicus, and I will refill.
Copernicus. 1, 2, New York City, delivered. There we go. I did all my Earth deliveries. Lagrange no siesta! Yay! Horologic! We really like that game. We also like Castles of Burgundy. It's good too. It's good as well. Kevin's coming! Our nephew Kevin's coming to town, and he'll play No Siesta with us. He likes No Siesta.
I'm gonna... I'm gonna send this junk, which is going to Valimar there.
That junk.
Go 1, 2 to Istanbul, which lets me deliver to Istanbul and deliver to a city... Adjacent, which is Kilimanjaro.
Yep.
And then I will pick up Tharsis.
4, 5. Okay. Hilariously, it's not very hilarious.
Lagrange no siesta. I love that more than regular no siesta.
We got rid of regular no siesta.
I think we got rid of the regular. Just filling in your sheet and all the boxes is a lot of fun. The end of the game is player dependent, which usually means Tiffany and I try to fill out as much as possible and then do a hat race.
I'm gonna check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to pick up that again. And now it is your turn.
I'm gonna deliver these nuts to Kilimanjaro and go to Delhi.
Golden Strong Clever. I put that on my phone. I play it all the time.
Of these.
Love it.
Oh, sorry. First I deliver to Tokyo because it's adjacent, and then I pick up all of these.
Alright. I'm gonna throw Tycho out the window. 1, 2, 3 to go to Kilimanjaro to pick up that. And then it's your turn.
I'm going to chuck this junk, which is going to NYC. 1, 2, 3, 4, which will deliver it. And then I will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to Paris. Pick that up.
Are you ready for this? You aren't.
I am not ready for
I'm going to check this, which goes 1, 2 to Kepler, which is a remote delivery. And then I go 1, 2 to Hamilton, picking up this, and also delivering that.
And technically, you deliver first before you pick up.
Yes, I know. But still, I did it. There we go. It's your turn.
I'm going to send these bolts to Cairo, 2 that way, and then go 1, 2, and then pick up this, which is destined for Hellas.
4, 5. Hey, that's perfect. Which will take me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which will take me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why I thought that would be a different outcome. Either way, I will chuck.
The different ships play really differently. One of the other ones I played was the puddle jumper, which was any junk you push out, it still goes its distance, but you can go just 1 if you want. So you had a lot of flexibility in movement. Whereas the Space Cowboy, you're basically playing exactly by the movement rules, but your delivery rules are broken a little bit. So they all play differently, but I keep forgetting that I have to be stricter with my movement.
I can't do that with that one. I have to do this one.
I think the other one I played...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a remote delivery. And then I would go 1, 2, 3, or I could go 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm an idiot because I can change direction, so I can go the way with the thing. So then I can do that delivery. Whew, we're good. Okay, it's your turn. Sorry. You can talk.
But yeah, the other one I played was the Century Fly. It could pick up garbage from an adjacent location instead. It was broken. I still didn't win, but it felt really powerful. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
The first time we played this, we were playing in my brother's kitchen, and one of the nieces started crying in the middle of the night, and so I was very distracted by that, and he was not, apparently, because he kicked my butt. He was like, she's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think that's actually what he was saying in his head, but... Oh, I would have actually collected all of that. I was so excited about my double delivery. Which means I can go 1, 2, 3. Where was I? I was going to like 1. So I can go 1, 2, 3, and then this can go to there. So I get that, but I deliver that.
All right, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Let's see. Doesn't really matter, but...
Doesn't matter much.
This thing that is going to Tharsis will go...
Oh, I hecka cheated.
1, 2, 3, 4. Goes to Mexico City.
I
and
totally
go 1,
cheated.
2, 3,
the chat's
4.
gonna catch it. I cheated like crazy.
Oh, I wasn't watching you. What did you do?
When I sent the one to Bradbury, I would have sent me around that way, but I sent myself. No, I totes cheat. I hardcore cheated.
Wow.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My victory is hollow. It's fine.
Okay, yeah.
I cheated this time, but I caught it. He would never caught it. All right, is it my turn?
No, I'm still going. I have no cargo that I'm delivering, so I will just take those 2. Oh, and I deliver to Olympus.
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna chuck these nuts and bolts out to go there, so that I go there to pick up all of that and deliver that.
Alright. I send this junk that's going to Valimar 2. That delivers it. And then I go 1, 2. I go to Tharsis. And then I deliver this, which is going to Tharsis. And then I deliver both of these that were going to Hellas. And then I pick up... Whoop! Uh-oh. Space Shuttle just did a flip. Pick up both of these.
My junk can't... Just my ship, yeah. My junk can't change direction. I'll lob this out 1, 2 to go 1, 2 to there to deliver that to Hellas.
Okay. I'm going to send this junk that's going to Valimar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes to Valimar and it gets delivered. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I go to Cerberus. I just picked up the Cerberus snake. Cerberus snake.
Damn.
It has 3 heads.
4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll throw the Paris 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to deliver that. And then I get that. And that goes there.
Oof, we are running low on the merge stack. I'm going to toss out this, which is going to... I'm going to talk about just these two to Le Guin and go 1, 2, which gets me to the Badlands. I'll pick up that, which is going to Istanbul.
Okay, I'm going to throw this out 1, 2, which will push me 1, 2, which delivers to Johnson, which gives me the other Rio tile. And then it's your turn.
I'm going to toss out this, which goes to Tycho 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, and then I will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the Gwyn, picking up this whole stack, and then we are almost out of Mars.
It is a very dumb canister. But somebody made like a box online, like a box scan and put it on BGG, so you can do that if you want. Sorry.
I mean, you can't make the smallest box because you do need a lot of room for the tiles, but
it's not that bad.
You don't need the full volume of the box.
1,
or
2,
cylinder, I guess. It's not a box.
3. That doesn't matter. Okay. And then it's your turn. Okay. It's your turn.
I see that. I'm gonna send this to there, too, and go 1, 2, and go to Hamilton and pick up this, which is going to Rio.
Darn. Okay. I will go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 to Rio, which delivers those two.
Yep.
Which puts that out. And I was hoping he would end it, but he didn't.
Am I at Hamilton?
Yes, because that's where you replace junk.
And if only Rio was there, I would have delivered Hamilton. Cheating.
Sure. Okay. It's your turn.
I'm going to send this junk out. I'm going to send this junk out, which is going to Tokyo. It'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It delivers to Tokyo. And then I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Picking this up, which is destined for Hampton. Oops.
Grr.
Oh, and I'm adjacent to Istanbul, so both of those deliver to. And to Cairo.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. It's still my turn.
Yep.
Well,
I'm not used to the Space Cowboy's amazing ability.
I will just go 1 to pick up this to end the game, basically. So Steve gets 1 more turn, which is really all he needs, but he still only gets 1.
I think my best move is to toss that junk 2 and then go 1, 2 and deliver this to Paris because I'm adjacent. And that is it.
Okay. So everything that's in your cargo hold is worthless, so you don't need it. and then you just, everything you delivered, you flip over and you add up the numbers on them, and that's...
So the last time I had the space junk one, I was mostly picking up low point tiles. So I think I had done more deliveries than you, but you did more high point deliveries.
Yes.
And judging by this, I saw you do a lot of high point deliveries also. So we shall see.
We shall see.
I was trying to do more high point ones this time, but I don't know if it was enough. You had a really strong start too.
Da 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 da.
$71.
62. Use a win.
Well played. Here, I realized I was counting them off screen.
And that's junk orbit.
I'm just really happy I remembered the whole Cowboy Bebop space shuttle reference, because it's the first couple times we played, I was like, why is the ship called the Space Cowboy, which is obviously Cowboy Bebop?
It was the Cowboy Bebop.
But why is it a space shuttle? No, but I was wondering why the meeple 71. I was wondering why the meeple was a space shuttle. It was because partly I think one, they wanted a space shuttle in the game, but two, it was because of that one episode where they, spoilers, did stuff with the space shuttle.
Okay. Thoughts, feelings, opinions?
There are
about this
like
game.
Orbit,
I give me the points.
There are these orbit lines on the ship cards. I don't know if they'll show up, the white ones, and in the corner of my eye, I keep thinking it's someone did a scratch in the in the finish of the card. Every time I'm like, oh, these cards are really roughed up. No, it's just thoughts, feelings, opinions. I love pick up and deliver games, especially when the rules are not super involved, and even when they are super involved. So I just absolutely love this because it is a very very smooth playing pick up and deliver, where every time you pick up a piece of junk, you're thinking, am I picking this up because I want it to be propulsion, because I want to make a delivery, or because I can use it as propulsion to also make a delivery? And for me, that is just so much fun. Like, I don't know what it would take for this game to get old for me. I have a feeling probably Tiffany will get burned down on it long before I will.
Yes. But I like it, and I like that you like it a lot. It's a space game. It's pick up and delivery. I like pick up and delivery. You definitely cannot play this game when you're super tired, because the directional thing will just hurt yourself.
I feel like because the board is small but circular, you can be pretty clever in your routes, whereas some pick up and deliver games that are on this giant map, you'll see a thing that wants to be delivered, and either it's not to a specific destination, it's just like a cube color, like in something like Steam, or because it is a specific destination, like in the Grand Rail games, the Rail Empire Builder games, you just look at it and go, oh, I'll never do that, because it would be so difficult to get the point where I can make a delivery. But here, every time you see a piece of junk, you're like, oh, do I want that for the next time I go to Mars? Am I just collecting a bunch of stuff to go to Mars? Like, there's a lot. The map is very dense, so you can kind of reach most parts of the game. And you're starting to think more like, should I collect more junk on Mars now? Or should I leave and try to make it to Earth to deliver all this junk that I have before, Tiffany ends the game? Yeah. So I like all of those little, mini decisions that you're making. And then the fact that you and the other player have a different power is interesting. And you may have more or less interaction. I know we've only played it with 2. There's probably a lot more flinging junk and hitting people in a multiplayer game. Some of the powers on the B-sides have a little more player interaction. One of them was if your junk passes through a space in which another player is, they get hit. So I think some things could increase the level of interaction. I know one thing when I play it, I'm usually focusing on my stuff and not focusing too much on the opponent. I think if the powers were different and or if you had more players, you would...
Or we've just played it.
Or you've played it more. In this, it's I'm the only one at Mars, so I don't super need to worry about Tiffany stealing something from me. Also, even though it's not great for storing, I like the stupid cylindrical box. Oh, you're just putting the meeples in the player bag?
Yeah.
It's dumb. I like games that have sci-fi jokes. I like games that are relatively elegant. I feel it is pretty elegant. The box is not, but it looks really good from above.
Yeah. It's it's one of those where it's like, I hesitated getting it based purely off the box. Like, legitimately off the box. And Steve, I told Steve several times, I asked him if he liked it enough, and da-da-da, and he was like, yeah, I like it, and, I'd like a copy, da-da-da, but, like, it never was enough to justify the box. And then we were in Colorado, and when we go to Colorado, we bring games that we never play. But we bring games that are just for us, because we know that we're going to go to the local game store in Colorado that I like to go to, and I always make a point to purchase at least one thing from him that is new. Their used section is also usually pretty good. It's really interesting. The used sections here in Portland, like, have a lot of the same games, and they have a lot of games that are, like, getting reprinted, or, like, on Kickstarter, or, like, things like that, like, games that are coming back, or new editions, and things like that.
It's like people cycle their older games
through,
or, like, their old new hotness, so, like, you'll see Kickstarter games from last year show up, or whatever.
Yeah,
so
and a lot of the people that play in Portland, like, they're kind of, like, similar game groups and stuff like that. But in Colorado, it's a very different, like, group, and it's a very different, like, play style, and they have a lot of older titles that, here in Portland, people aren't getting rid of as much, or they've already been, like, recycled a bunch. They're not getting repurchased a lot. So I always like to go and check out the used sections in different states and cities, because they are different from where we are. But anyway, I always go and try to make a point to purchase from that game store, because I like supporting him, and the shop, and I like the shop. They're really great, and they've been really awesome to us. And this was the game that Steve wanted. This and Maiden's Quest. So.
Yeah, one thing I like going to game stores in different regions. One, because there's always different regional distributors usually, so like the new selection will be different, and also sometimes game stores don't turn over as often as the ones in Portland, or like every game store has the games that have been like around for a while that like people aren't buying for whatever reason. And so at this game store in Colorado, frequently there's like, we'll see a game that like was new but nobody has bought for like a year.
Like, it's out of print in Portland, but like you can find 4 of them in Colorado.
Yeah,
because no one's buying it.
And so then you're kind of like, ooh,
yeah,
there's a copy of XYZ.
Yeah, and stuff that's like super hot there, just nobody cares about here. It's just really interesting. So
yeah, but anyway, this was the one that I definitely wanted to get. It's fun. I don't know. I really enjoyed the demo that I got at Origins, and that sold me on it. It was one of the things I didn't, because the copies were so limited at Origins. I was like, we'll just get it later. Like, we don't need to get it, because we'll just get it later. So
I don't like the box. The box takes up so much space.
So to speak.
Yeah. So I don't know if we'll make it a new box or what, but it'll continue to live in the collection, at least for a little while.
Yeah, you could probably put it in a really nice bag. Sadly, you're not drawing the tiles out of the bag. But...
Oh, I was gonna make you space bags for each planet. Sorry. Spoilers. All right. A lot of space-themed fabric.
Yeah, chat was asking about their favorite pick up and deliver games, and I saw mentioned Zaya, Merchant of Venus. I think there were a couple others, but chat scrolled too fast.
Yeah, Paper Tales, the box is stupid big.
Paper Tales is way too big. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I'm still waiting for Zaya to dethrone Merchants and Marauders as my, like, sandboxy pick up and deliver. One thing I did really like about Zaya was that your pick up and deliveries are more, like, you need to wait for a tile to come out before you can start to deliver stuff to it, and there's some rule breaking. But in Merchants and Marauders, it was usually, as long as you take it anywhere, you could sell it. They changed that a bit in the expansion, but...
This is that's the wrong game. It was next to the game I wanted.
I don't know, do you have a pick up and deliver that you like a lot? Oh, tiny pick up and deliver.
Heartland, the great Heartland Hauling Company. This is a card game. And I got this years ago, before I really knew anything about like board games and hobby games and things. And now I now know Jason Katarsi personally, so that's kind of funny. But I really like this pickup and delivery game. It's very travel friendly. It fits great in this box.
And there's truck meeples.
There's truck meeples and there's cubes. It's pickup and delivery to cards, and there's like an interesting economy bit with movement. And I've put it in the quiver. It lived in the quiver for a while and got played, and yeah, I like it a lot. Every time I pull it out to play it again, I just remember that I really like it. So yeah, that is one of my favorite pickup and delivery games. Otherwise, I really like Steam a lot. Mm-hmm. We have all of Steam, and I basically am always down to play Steam, which is pre-Age of Steam, I believe. We streamed it.
Empire Builder games you like? Crown Rails? Because those are also pickup and...
I do like Crown Rail games, yep.
Pick up and deliver, where you have to buy your way to the destination by building tracks.
Yep. They did just reprint this, I believe. So this is available, yes.
I think we got that at Cafe Mox, I think, up in Seattle.
I don't know if we got this. I think I got this before.
I thought I remember we got it, and then we like played it when we were at the bar there.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pre-Steve game.
Yeah, Firefly, it was actually at that flea market garage sale thing we were at in Colorado, and I picked it up and looked at it, and it was for $17 or $18 because it was like a get rid of. And I picked it up, and I was just like, because I played half a game once, and it's okay, but I was just like, I'd rather play Zaya. I was like,
really long,
I'm gonna get this for $18, and then it's just not gonna get played, and then it's gonna go to the used section of another store. I was like, I'll let someone else who really wants it get it, and then I walked away, and sure enough, someone picked it up, and hopefully it was gonna go play it.
Yeah. So yeah, but now
I'm just thinking how I want to play Zaya.
I'm just thinking of how I want to play the other games we got in that garage sale. So yeah, so that is our stream of Chunk Orbit with a little side discussion and pick up delivery game, and that's all of our streams for tonight. We played 3 games in 2.5 hours, and we haven't had dinner yet, and I'm very proud of us. We're gonna go eat now, but thank you. We have to play Zia still, but yeah, I don't know when that's gonna happen.
So is it
maybe this weekend?
Gunky Mono is the new Heartland. Was it reprinted with a name change?
You're thinking of it. That's a different game. Cause wait, what?
There's
Did Renegade? Is that makes me sad.
There's some very light pick up and deliver, or there's some pick up and deliver type scenarios in Triplanetary, which I don't know if we'll ever play because they're the more complicated scenarios. But pick up and deliver with vector movement in space, Triplanetary. I really want to play that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Kabuki. So, the one time I played it, I did play with the expansion and the market, and the pick up deliver is way better.
So Heartland is a different game. So this is the Great Heartland Hauling Company. Heartland is a different title entirely. That is a whole nother game. This one, it looks like it's just called Heartland, but there's tiny cursive that's part of the text as well. So it is the Great Heartland Hauling Company is the full title. I was like, they didn't retheme that. Yes, they did not retheme that. It is what it is. Okay, cool. Cool.
Wasteland Delivery Service. We streamed it, right?
Yeah, we streamed it. And I will be doing a giveaway. I've been doing that giveaway for forever at this point. I feel really bad. But I painted the trucks, and I will be giving away a painted set of it at some point. I have 2 trucks left, and I just have to finish them, and then I can give it away. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, we
and I filmed a review of it that never saw the light of day.
But we did. There were some thoughts at the end of our stream, I think, because you had played it a couple times.
Yeah, we did play Wasteland Express Delivery. You can watch it and watch my beautiful reactions in that game, and just watch that and learn some things from there. So
yeah. And I think the gist is the game suggests you can do a lot of things, but the actual paths to win, there's anyway,
just go watch the stream.
Yeah, just watch the stream.
All right, we're gonna go and eat dinner. Thank you so much, chat, for hanging out with us. We had a great chat tonight. You all are always great, but sometimes you're not here. But I was surprised because we didn't advertise that we were streaming at all, and you all came. So
thank you, chat crew. I'm now gonna go start thinking about playing Zaya. Maybe reread the rules or watch a video again.
Yep.
Because I have the memory of a goldfish. So.
Join us Tuesday. We're going to play Carthago. Finally. We're going to do it. John will not be joining us for the stream. I don't know if somebody will. If we don't play Carthago, we'll be playing something else because we have a guest. I don't know if we're actually going to have a guest. We'll see. So you go. So join us for Thursday for that, or Tuesday for that. And then Thursday, I will be streaming the Tears of a Goddess Van Ryder book. I will have Spoiler Dog. You can play along with me if you have the book, but I will be playing it solo, and we'll be streaming earlier than we normally do. Steve will still be at work, and we're doing that because I have to go pick up my nephew and sister-in-law from the airport, and so we're gonna stream. I wanted to get that streamed before we pick them up. So yeah, we'll be doing that. And I will be playing that, and I will be playing with the chat and like asking the chat for suggestions and help and stuff like that. So yeah, cool.
And
basically
Logic,
the whole game will have Spoiler Dog. Yes.
Heroic Logic, go enjoy Losing Maiden's Quest. I still need to play it for the first time, and I think it will make more sense after I just try it. Yeah, it seemed a little confusing for the rules, so I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you for hanging out with us. If you've watched this the entire time and you're not watching live, thank you for hanging out with us. In the future, I hope that we made your day somewhat better. I hope you enjoyed our stream and hanging out with us. You're awesome. So yeah. If you'd like to see more, make sure you're subscribed, or if you like this video, like it. If you like to follow Heart things. Also, I have a Patreon. Patreons get kind of like insider info on like life, and also I am doing giveaways of games. We have so many games, and a lot of them are given to us by publishers, and I've been doing giveaways. The problem that I've had recently is I don't have enough patrons to give away games to, and so there's only like 18 at the level, and so like the drawing is very low, if that makes sense. And then at the same point, like I had a patron that had already bought the game, so I might stop that and change it to where I do like a Patreon purge or something like that. Not where I purge patrons, but where I do like a sale to patrons where they all get first dibs of games, and the sale of those games help like keep this stuff going and helps us buy more games so that we can stream them early and let you know if you want to buy them. So yeah, there's that. But if you like that, there's information down below places about the Patreon. So okay, awesome.
Oh,
cool. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.